Welcome back to LSI. This is just a short video just to take you through arriving, walking through the flow of the building, entrance and exit points and stuff like that. I'll try and talk slowly so you can understand what I'm gibbering on about, but you can pause the video at any point and you can by all means email me to ask any questions. So first of all, at the front door, there's signage in place to sort of remind you to socially distance, to keep socially distant. This is the main route in for GP and LSI for all users of the buildings. At the moment we still need to put in our PIN numbers, but you'll be able to just walk in as normal. There'll be a sanitation station in this area, so the first thing you do when you arrive is just put some hand sanitizer on. There'll be sanitation stations throughout the building. They may not quite be up and running yet. I'll point them out as we get there. So once you've done that, you scan through the next door. As you can see, there's one-way signs throughout the building. So this area is one way through to LSI. So you shouldn't meet anyone coming towards you. Just go straight through. The barriers will still be in operation. For home office licence reasons and security, we have to keep the barriers in place. So again, you need to scan yourself through. And so will the cameraman. And again, one-way signposts everywhere. So this staircase is one way up only. The lobby area will have a sanitation station in it again, so you can keep your hands clean. The lifts, we're only allowing one person in the lift at a time, but for the most part, initially, the tower block will be shut, so people shouldn't be using those lifts. To get up and down, there shouldn't be a problem. So the way that we're going to be using the Western Exchange Hub is very different. The white tables here will be used for stores collections. As you can see, a lot of the chairs have been taken away, so if you are in the building for the day and you do need to have lunch, you can have lunch down here, but it's one person per table, I'm afraid, and keep distant from people as you do that. So you come through, if you're going to the lab, you come through here. The one-way system is maintained throughout the building, so if you're going to the lab, which is what most people will be coming to do, you come in, you go through the door, and then you go to where you're going to be working. The first thing you do when you enter the lab is you put your PPE on. We'll cover that in a separate video. When you're in the lab, you can circulate reasonably freely. I ask that people keep social distance rules as far as possible, but you'll be wearing a face mask and PPE, so you should be a bit safer. The exit point for the labs are the end doors. So if you are leaving the building completely, you go out the end door there, which we'll do in a sec. If you're going down to the basement, you go down this fire escape. Now throughout the building, we're using staircases to travel downwards and lifts to travel back up. So if you do need to go down a floor, you go down the stairs, and then when you come back up, you come up with the lift. So you'll see, in fact, on this door down here, it says no exit. This is no entry. So that door is only to be used if you're going down to the basement, and there'll be very few people that will be doing that, and they'll be known to record. So if you need a toilet, for example, you would go out the door, you go around to the toilet, you do your business, and then you come back in via the doors we've just entered through. So you maintain that one-way flow throughout. If you do need to go to the toilet while you're in the lab, you would take off your lab coat and your PPE, you put it down just outside the door to be collected by technical services staff, you come back in the front door and you put a new set of PPE on. Cool, okay, so you finished setting up an experiment and you need to go and sit in the office for a little bit. You would still maintain that one-way flow. So you would leave through the end doors, you would go through this door. Obviously if your office is at that end of the building, you would go out that door. It's for no exit to the building, but you can go to your office through that door. So you go out the door, you take off your PPE as you leave, maintain the one-way system, so you go through. You enter your office, check that there's no one coming the other way before you do so. When you do enter your office, you ask that you just check that your seat hasn't got anyone sat near it or with you. So you can sit at the desk you would normally sit at, but obviously if your desk is here and there's someone sat there, we would ask you not to do that. This is very much up to you, people's own common sense and just checking that you're okay to sit where you need to sit. It's unlikely there'll be someone sat there because of the way the roster system is going to be working. But you come in, you do your work at your desk, then when you go back to the lab, you would maintain that one-way system. So you would re-enter through the middle doors, as you did when you first arrived. If you do go into your office and there's someone sat nearby that you don't feel comfortable sitting next to them or near them, you are free to use the Western Exchange Hub. But again, please make sure that you're not sitting somewhere where there's other people. So these pods are for one person only. The tables and chairs in the social space are for one person only. And then when you go back into the lab, you follow the same procedure. So you go through the main doors, you put your PPE on, you do your work. But when you finish and you're going home, you go to this end of the lab. And it doesn't matter what floor you're on, you can still go to this end. And then you exit via that door, and then use the stairs and the path to get back to where you parked your car or to walk out and leave campus.